Imagine this, you're on the edge of a cliff, the winds are howling and the ground beneath your feet feels like it could give way at any moment. Fear sets in, but then you feel a hand grabs yours, firm and unwavering. At that moment, you know you're not alone. How many of you have been on the brink physically, emotionally, or even spiritually and wished for someone to promise, I've got you and I will never let you go? And right now, this is the time where you say, it's not good enough. Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of a cliff, the wind whipping around you, the ground beneath your feet crumbling. Your heart pounds with fear as the world feels like it's collapsing. Just when you think you're about to fall, you feel it, a hand, strong and steady, grips yours. In that moment, everything changes. That hand is more than physical. It's a promise, a declaration that says, I'm here and I'm not letting go. It's the kind of moment that stays with you forever, separate from your resistance, as you listen to the voice of the one. And a promise that stays with you forever, a reminder of how powerful it is to know you're not alone. Now think about your own life. How often have you wished for someone to be there like that, to hold your hand, not just in the good times, but when everything around you feels like chaos? We've all been there, and we've all yearned for that one promise that brings hope and strength. This speech isn't just about the act of holding a hand, it's about the commitment behind it. The alternative to hand is better than the alternative to pain. Promise that says, no matter how dark it gets, I'll be your light. So as you sit here today, I want you to imagine what it would feel like to give or receive that kind of promise. Because I assure you, it has the power to change everything. Let me take you back to a story, a moment that defined the power of an unbroken promise. There was a young boy stranded in the middle of a storm. The winds were roaring, the rain was relentless, and fear gripped his heart. As the chaos unfolded, he felt utterly alone, thinking there was no escape. Just then his father appeared through the downpour, soaked but determined, reaching out his hand. He didn't say much, just looked into his son's eyes and said, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. In that instant, everything changed for the boy. It wasn't just about being saved from the storm, it was about knowing that someone would always stand by him, no matter how wild the winds or how heavy the rain. That promise was a lifeline, not just physically, but emotionally. It planted a seed of trust so deep that years later, that boy, now grown, would often say, whenever I feel lost, I remember that moment. It reminds me that I'm never truly alone. We've all experienced storms in our lives. They might not look like rain and thunder. They might be struggles at work, challenges in relationships, or battles within ourselves. And in those storms, what we often long for isn't a solution or an escape. It's that unwavering hand that says, I see you, I'm here, and I'll never leave. This story isn't just about one father and son. It's about all of us. And it's about the promises that anchor us when life gets tough. So today, let's explore the power of that kind of promise. The kind that holds us steady in the storm. When we talk about promises, we're not just talking about words. We're talking about the essence of commitment. The kind that builds unshakable foundations in our lives. Imagine for a moment what it feels like to have someone look you in the eye and say, I'm with you, and I'll always be here. That's not just a statement, it's a bond. A silent agreement that says, I value you enough to stand beside you no matter what. The truth is, in a world where so many things feel temporary, jobs, friendships, even dreams, there's something profoundly grounding about a promise. It's not just about saying, I'm here now, but about declaring, I'll be here tomorrow and the next day and every day after that. Think about the most meaningful relationships in your life. Friends, family, a partner, or even a mentor. What makes those connections unbreakable? It's the understanding that even when things get messy or hard, those people are in it for the long haul. Commitment isn't flashy. It doesn't scream for attention. Instead, it's quiet, steady, and powerful. A force that transforms relationships from fleeting moments into lifelong bonds. And here's the thing, true commitment doesn't just benefit the person receiving it, it elevates the person giving it. When you say, I will never leave your hand, you're not just making a promise to someone else, you're making a promise to yourself, a promise that you'll show up, that you'll be dependable, and that you'll grow through the experience. That's the beauty of commitment. It's the glue that holds us together in a world that often pulls us apart. At our core, we all share a simple universal desire to know we're not alone. No matter where you come from or what path you've walked, there's a part of you that longs for connection. A bond that says, I see you, I hear you, and I'm here for you. It's not about grand gestures or perfect words. It's about showing up and staying present. Think about it. How many times have you faced a challenge and thought, if only someone was here with me, it would feel easier to handle? It's because, as human beings, we thrive in connection. We're wired for community and support. And when someone makes the commitment to stand by us, it doesn't just change how we see the situation, it changes how we see ourselves. In those moments, we're reminded that our struggles don't define us and that our worth isn't tied to whether we succeed or fail. Instead, it's tied to the fact that someone believes in us enough to stay, even when the road gets tough. That belief, the simple act of standing by someone, is one of the most profound gifts we can give or receive. When we share that connection, we're not just offering support, we're offering hope. And hope is contagious. When one person holds the line, it inspires others to do the same. It creates ripples of strength, courage, and trust that extend far beyond the moment. So when you promise to never leave someone's hand, you're making a declaration that echoes deep within their soul. You are worth standing by. You matter. And that, my friends, is the foundation of everything we build together as human beings. Making a promise to someone is not just about them, it's also a reflection of who you are. When you say, I promise to never leave your hand, you're not only offering your presence and support, you're taking personal accountability for being a source of strength and reliability. That promise is a mirror that shows the best version of yourself, the version that steps up when it matters most. Think about the moments in your life when you've been tested, when someone depended on you. Maybe it was a friend going through a tough time, a partner facing their fears, or a team looking to you for leadership. In those moments, you had a choice to stay or to step away. And every time you chose to stay, you grew. You became stronger, more resilient, and more connected to your sense of purpose. That's the beauty of personal accountability. It's not about perfection, it's about presence. It's about showing up when it's hard, being dependable when it's inconvenient, and keeping your word when it matters most. When you make a promise, you're not just helping the other person, you're shaping the kind of person you want to be. This kind of accountability doesn't just build trust, it creates a foundation of mutual respect and empowerment. It says to the other person, I see your worth and I'm willing to stand beside you. And it says to yourself, I am capable of being a force of good no matter what challenges arise. Every promise you keep is a reminder that you have the power to impact someone's life in a meaningful way. And in doing so, you elevate your own life, creating a ripple effect of strength, loyalty, and purpose. That's the gift of personal accountability. It transforms not just relationships, but the very core of who you are. True commitment isn't defined by grand gestures or fleeting moments of intensity. It's defined by consistency, especially during the tough times. When you make a promise to never leave someone's hand, it's not about perfection. It's about unwavering support. It's the quiet, steady presence that says, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Think about what it means to truly stand by someone. It's not always easy. It means being there when the road is bumpy, when things don't go according to plan, and when the person you're supporting may feel like giving up. It's about being the anchor in their storm, offering stability when everything else feels chaotic. Unwavering support doesn't mean having all the answers or fixing every problem. Sometimes it's as simple as listening, offering a shoulder to lean on, or just being present without judgment. It's in those small, consistent actions that trust is built. And trust is what allows people to face their fears, take risks, and grow. But let's not forget, unwavering support is a two-way street. When you hold someone's hand through their challenges, you also learn and grow. You discover your own strength and capacity for empathy. You become someone who can be relied on, not just in that moment, but in all aspects of life. It's easy to stand by someone when things are good, but it's in the hard moments where true commitment shines. When you stay, even when it's uncomfortable or challenging, you're not just supporting them. You're creating a bond that can weather anything, and that's what it means to promise, I will never leave your hand. It's not just a declaration. It's a way of being that transforms both you and the person you're standing by. One of the deepest fears we all carry is the fear of abandonment. It's that lingering worry that in our darkest moments, we might be left to face the storm alone. This fear doesn't just sit on the surface, it runs deep, often rooted in experiences of loss, rejection, or betrayal. And yet, this fear is also what makes the promise of I will never leave your hand so profoundly powerful. When someone promises to stand by you no matter what, it's more than just comforting words. It's a shield against that fear of being left behind. It's a lifeline that says you don't have to carry this burden alone. I'm here and I'm staying. That kind of reassurance doesn't just ease the fear, it replaces it with trust, hope, and a sense of belonging. But let's be real, the fear of abandonment isn't something we just wake up and shake off. It takes time, consistency, and action to overcome it. A promise alone isn't enough. It's the follow-through that matters. It's the moments when you show up, even when it's hard, and the times you stay, even when it would be easier to walk away. Each act of commitment chips away at that fear and replaces it with something far more powerful: connection. For the person making the promise, this is an opportunity to be a source of healing and strength. It's a chance to say, your fears are valid, but they don't define our bond, and I'm here to prove again and again that you're not alone. And for the person receiving that promise, it's a reminder that they are worthy of love, support, and unwavering loyalty. This is why the promise to never leave someone's hand is so transformative. It doesn't just address the fear of abandonment, it replaces it with something far greater. It creates a space where vulnerability is met with compassion and uncertainty is replaced by stability. It's not just a promise, it's a declaration that together you can face anything. And that kind of connection has the power to dissolve even the deepest fears. The love is when you promise to never leave someone's hand, you're not just offering them comfort in the moment. You're opening the door to a powerful vision of partnership. This vision is about more than just standing by someone's side. It's about walking forward together, creating a future built on trust, resilience, and mutual growth. Think about what a true partnership can achieve. It's not just two people supporting each other. It's two people amplifying each other's strengths, filling in the gaps where the other might fall short, and building something far greater than what either could accomplish alone. It's the difference between surviving and thriving. Now picture this. You're climbing a steep mountain. Alone, the climb feels overwhelming. But with someone by your side, someone who's not just holding your hand, but also encouraging you, strategizing with you, and matching your pace, it becomes possible. Every step forward feels less like a struggle and more like a shared victory. That's the power of partnership. But here's the key. This kind of bond doesn't just happen. It's built on the promise of unwavering support and the daily actions that reinforce it. It's about showing up when it matters, being willing to listen, and choosing collaboration over conflict. It's about creating a space where both people feel valued, empowered, and safe to be vulnerable. When you commit to holding someone's hand through life's challenges, you're not just offering them a sense of security, you're inviting them into a shared vision of what's possible. Together you can tackle obstacles, celebrate victories, and weather the storms. That's the beauty of partnership. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about the journey you take together, knowing that no matter what, you have someone by your side who believes in you, and in the future, you're building together. There is something incredibly powerful about the idea that we are stronger together. We often think of resilience as something that comes from within, something that we must cultivate by ourselves. But true strength isn't just about facing challenges alone. It's about the collective power we create when we unite and support one another. And therefore the strength that our ecosystems need to grow. When you promise to never leave someone's hand, you're not just offering emotional comfort. You're creating a powerful force that can withstand even the toughest circumstances. Imagine facing a massive storm, and it's not just you against the elements. You have someone beside you, holding your hand, giving you the strength to keep going. It's their strength that amplifies yours, their belief in you that fuels your own hope, and together, you are more resilient than you could ever be on your own. This is the true essence of unity, not just sharing the burden, but sharing the power to overcome it. When two people are committed to standing together, they form an unbreakable bond. No matter what challenges they face, they know they have each other's backs. This shared resilience creates an environment where growth is not only possible, it's inevitable. Because in times of difficulty, when one person falters, the other can lift them up. When the weight becomes too much to bear, they carry it together. I have a special blessing for this week's guest. Not only because they're committed to standing together, but they carry it together. This strength in unity is also what drives us to act with courage. Knowing that we are not alone allows us to take risks, push boundaries, and reach for dreams we might not dare to pursue otherwise. It's the kind of partnership that turns fear into fuel, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. When you promise to never leave someone's hand, you're creating a partnership that empowers both of you to face the unknown, knowing that together you are unstoppable. The truth is, no one should have to face life's challenges alone. Resilience comes from knowing you have someone who believes in you, who will stand by you, and who will help you find your way when you can't see it yourself. So when you hold someone's hand through life's struggles, you are not only offering them strength, you are creating a bond of shared resilience that will carry you both through anything. The foundation of any lasting relationship, whether personal or professional, is trust. Without it, the connection falters and the promise to never leave someone's hand becomes empty words. But when trust is built and nurtured, it transforms the way two people interact, connect, and support each other. Trust is what allows you to let your guard down, to be vulnerable, and to truly rely on the other person. And when you commit to standing by someone, you're not just offering your presence, you're offering trust in its purest form. Think about it. Trust is the invisible thread that ties people together. It's the assurance that no matter what happens, you can count on the other person to be there, to follow through, and to have your best interests at heart. Without trust, even the strongest bonds will eventually weaken. But with trust, even the most difficult situations can be navigated with confidence. When you promise to never leave someone's hand, you are making a commitment that goes beyond just physical presence. You're saying, I trust you to hold me up when I'm struggling, and I trust that you will be there when I need you most. And in return, the other person knows they can rely on you in the same way. It's this mutual trust that creates a safe space for both people to grow, knowing that they are supported and valued. The beauty of trust is that it's not just about promises. It's about actions. It's about showing up time and time again, being dependable and consistent in your words and actions. Trust is built on every small, intentional choice to be there, to listen, to encourage, and to stay. Each time you honor your commitment to be present for someone, you strengthen that trust. But trust also empowers both people involved. When you trust someone, you give them the freedom to be their true self without fear of judgment or rejection. And when someone trusts you, it encourages you to show up as your authentic self as well. This creates a dynamic where both individuals can grow, take risks, and pursue their dreams because they know they have a solid foundation to stand on. In relationships where trust exists, both people feel secure enough to face whatever challenges come their way. When you promise to never leave someone's hand, you are not only offering a comforting presence, you're offering a deep and unwavering trust that transforms both of you. It's the trust that binds you together, making it possible to face the unknown, knowing that no matter what happens, you have each other's backs. And in that trust, you find the strength to overcome anything. Well, when you make the commitment to never leave someone's hand, you're stepping into a role of leadership, one that goes beyond simply guiding or offering advice. True leadership in relationships is about showing up in the moments when your presence is most needed, demonstrating reliability, and inspiring the other person to be their best self. This kind of leadership isn't about authority or control. It's about empowering those around you by being there when it counts, lifting them up, and giving them the confidence to move forward. Leadership in this sense is rooted in action. It's not about giving orders or having all the answers. It's about walking alongside someone, showing them that they are capable of facing challenges, and being the steady presence they can lean on when things get tough. When you say, I will never leave your hand, you're taking on the responsibility of being that person, the one who helps them navigate obstacles, who encourages them when they doubt themselves, and who reminds them that they have what it takes to succeed. This is the type of leadership that builds trust and fosters growth. It's the kind of leadership that doesn't just lead by words, but by example. By showing up consistently, you set the standard for what it means to be truly committed and supportive. And when others see that you're willing to stand by them, it motivates them to do the same for others. It creates the ripple effect where leadership is passed on, not because it's expected, but because it's inspired. Being the unwavering presence in someone's life also means leading with empathy. It's about understanding their struggles, recognizing their strengths, and offering support that is tailored to their unique needs. This kind of leadership doesn't require a title. It requires a deep connection, a genuine desire to help the other person grow, and a willingness to walk with them through their journey. When you promise to never leave someone's hand, you take on a role that can transform both of your lives. As a leader, you help the other person unlock their potential. And in the process, you discover your own leadership capacity. Leadership in this context isn't just about making decisions. It's about being present, being dependable, and being the person who helps others rise to their fullest potential. This kind of leadership creates a bond of respect, loyalty, and mutual growth that lasts for a lifetime. The promise to never leave someone's hand is not only a statement of loyalty, but it's also a powerful reflection of your values. Every promise you make and every commitment you honor shapes the person you become. It's through these promises that we align our actions with our deepest beliefs. And in doing so, we create a life of purpose. When you stand by someone in times of need, you're not just offering them support. You're living out your values of loyalty, compassion, and commitment. Every time you show up for someone else, you are reinforcing the qualities that matter most to you. It's easy to say you value loyalty, trust, or support, but true character is revealed in the moments when it's hardest to live those values. When life gets tough, when things aren't going as planned, and when the easy choice is to walk away, that's when the true power of your values shines through. The promise of being there, of never leaving someone's side, is an embodiment of your deepest principles. It's a commitment to live with integrity and honor, even when the going gets difficult. This kind of promise is not fleeting. It's rooted in a foundation of who you are and what you stand for. It transcends the moment and becomes a guiding principle in how you approach relationships, challenges, and life itself. By keeping that promise, you're teaching not only yourself, but also those around you the power of living according to your values. People don't just listen to words, they observe actions. And when your actions consistently reflect your principles, they inspire others to do the same. You become a living example of what it means to live with authenticity and purpose. Living by your values isn't always easy, but it's incredibly rewarding. When you honor your promises, you create a sense of alignment in your life. You begin to feel a deeper sense of fulfillment because your actions match your beliefs. There is no greater feeling than knowing that you are living in a way that is true to who you are. And in those moments when life challenges you, when you wonder if you're strong enough to continue, remember this. By holding someone's hand through life struggles, you're strengthening your own character. You're not just supporting another person, you're reinforcing the values that define you and making them a living part of who you are. One of the most profound effects of making a promise to never leave someone's hand is the way it deepens your sense of empathy and compassion. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, and when you commit to standing by someone, you are not only offering them a hand to hold, you're offering them your heart. This is not just about physical presence. It's about being fully engaged with the emotions, struggles, and triumphs of the person beside you. Empathy requires a willingness to put yourself in someone else's shoes, to feel their pain, their joy, their fear, and their hope. It means actively listening, being present, and offering your support without judgment. When you say, "I will never leave your hand," you are demonstrating a profound level of emotional investment. One that says, "I care about you deeply, and I am here to understand and support you no matter what." This kind of empathy goes beyond surface level understanding. It's about truly connecting with another person on a deeper emotional level, acknowledging their struggles, and offering comfort and encouragement in ways that resonate with their unique experiences. It's in those moments when you hold someone's hand, not just physically, but emotionally, being the one who listens without interrupting, who offers comfort without needing to fix everything, who shows up simply because you care. Compassion, the natural extension of empathy, takes us one step further. Compassion is about actively helping others, offering kindness and support, and using your understanding of their struggles to make their burdens a little lighter. When you commit to never leaving someone's hand, you're also committing to take action to help alleviate their pain, offer them hope, and encourage their growth. Compassion isn't passive, it's active and it's transformative. By offering this kind of empathy and compassion, You not only help the person you're supporting feel valued and understood, but you also grow in your ability to connect with others on a deeper level. The more you practice empathy and compassion, the more you expand your own emotional intelligence, developing a greater capacity for understanding, patience, and love. These qualities become a part of who you are, shaping the way you interact with everyone in your life, not just those you promise to stand by. In essence, when you make the promise to never leave someone's hand, you're not just offering them comfort, you're developing and nurturing your own emotional capacity to connect and support. It's a gift that enriches both you and the person you're standing by, creating a bond that is built on understanding, kindness, and a deep sense of shared humanity. The act of promising to never leave someone's hand also fosters an environment of mutual growth. We often think of relationships as places where we give and take, but the most powerful relationships are those in which both individuals are constantly evolving and improving because of each other. When you commit to standing by someone, you're not just offering your support in the present moment, you're also helping to shape their future. And in doing so, you're contributing to your own growth as well. True growth doesn't happen in isolation. It happens when we are challenged, supported, and encouraged by others. Think about the people in your life who have helped you become the person you are today. Maybe it was a mentor, a friend, a partner, or a colleague. These individuals didn't just offer their advice, they believed in you, saw potential in you when you didn't, and pushed you to become better. That belief and encouragement sparked a growth within you that might not have happened on your own. Now imagine that you are the one providing that belief, that encouragement, that unwavering support. When you promise to never leave someone's hand, you are offering them the belief that they are capable of more than they might realize. You're giving them the space and the confidence to take risks, to make mistakes, and to grow into the best version of themselves. And in doing so, you are creating a dynamic where both of you can continue to evolve and thrive. This mutual growth is one of the most beautiful aspects of any deep relationship. As you support someone else's growth, you are simultaneously pushed to examine your own life, your own goals, and your own potential. You begin to see where you can improve, where you can show up better, and where you can develop further. It's a two-way street that fosters an environment of continuous learning and progress. By making the promise to never leave someone's hand, you're also embracing the idea that growth is a shared journey. You're saying, I'm here for your journey, and you're here for mine. Together, we will both become the people we are meant to be. It's through this shared commitment to growth that you build a partnership that isn't static but dynamic. A partnership that helps both of you unlock your full potential. So when you promise to never leave someone's hand, you're not only supporting them in their growth, but you're also setting the stage for your own personal transformation. You're opening the door to a relationship that will evolve, deepen, and expand, pushing both of you toward the people you are meant to become. It's a bond that doesn't just survive, it thrives, continuously growing stronger and more meaningful over time. When you make a promise to never leave someone's hand, you're committing to a life of service and selflessness. It's easy to get caught up in the demands of our own lives, to focus on our own needs, challenges, and goals. But when you vow to stand by someone through thick and thin, you are choosing to prioritize their well-being as much as your own. This commitment to service requires a mindset shift, a decision to put the needs of another before your own, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. True service is not about sacrificing yourself entirely or neglecting your own needs. It's about finding the balance between supporting someone else and maintaining your own sense of well-being. It's about recognizing that by helping others, you contribute to your own sense of purpose, fulfillment, and growth. When you promise to never leave someone's hand, you're offering your time, your energy, and your heart, with the understanding that in doing so, you enrich both of your lives. This commitment to service is not always easy. It requires patience, understanding, and the willingness to put someone else's needs before your own in moments of difficulty. But in doing so, you demonstrate the power of love, compassion, and empathy. When you offer your support selflessly, you help the other person feel seen, heard, and valued in a way that no material possession or fleeting gesture could. Service also brings a deep sense of fulfillment. There is something incredibly rewarding about knowing that you are making a positive difference in someone else's life, that you are a source of comfort, strength, and stability. The act of service isn't just for the person you're helping, it also nourishes your own soul, reinforcing the deep connections that bind you together, and reminding you of the importance of showing up for others. In the long run, the promise to never leave someone's hand creates a relationship built on mutual service. It's not about one person constantly giving and the other constantly receiving. It's a dynamic in which both people support each other in times of need, offer encouragement when it's needed most, and celebrate each other's growth and successes. It's a relationship where both individuals take turns being the anchor, offering support when the other needs it, and uplifting each other through life's many ups and downs. By choosing to serve another person, you deepen the connection between you, and you also create a lasting sense of purpose in your own life. You're not just helping them in their struggles, you're strengthening the bond you share, creating a partnership that is grounded in love, service, and mutual care. This kind of commitment creates a ripple effect, inspiring others to offer the same selfless support in their own relationships. And in doing so, you help foster a world where service, kindness, and compassion are the driving forces behind every connection.